Hello and welcome back to another episode of Flyer News Movie Reviews. I'm Alex Hirsch.
And I'm Harrison Lee.
And this episode, we're going to be covering a smaller movie than normal, but hey, it's a sequel to some really good movie made back in 2008. So what am I talking about? Of course, I'm talking about the film 10 Cloverfield Lane. So without further ado, let's see how well this works as a sequel, spinoff, or Twilight Zone special.
So, directed by Dan Trachtenberg, this movie stars John Goodman, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and John Gallagher Jr.
So the plot of this movie is basically that it takes place in this bunker because these three people, who got in there for various reasons, are trying to hide out from what they think might be an apocalypse. However, there's a lot of questioning going on, a lot of mistrust, and overall they're just trying to survive this while also trying to survive each other.
So this movie truly does have a secrecy to it, especially with the fact that not much was revealed in the trailer, which also keeps the movie good. But essentially, it was a real authentic thriller. So this movie is definitely not found footage, first off. But also, throughout the movie as you're watching, it is difficult to figure out who's good, who's bad, and which side to take on.
Every character seems to have a secret behind them, and you're mainly following Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character as she just wakes up here and she doesn't know who to trust.
I have to say that John Goodman, he played probably a great role in this, especially how his character stayed on the neutral line between whether you thought he was good or he was bad.
Yes, and despite the fact that John Goodman is incredible in this film, he disappears completely in his role. Mary Elizabeth Winstead and John Gallagher Jr. also do manage to hold up their ends of the deal. After all, there are only really about 3 characters in this film. Not many others appear. It's very small, very finite, and it really depends on these actors' skills to work with each other. And while it's not necessarily the most cinematic film, it is really claustrophobic and really effective in the theater.
I mean, especially for being a low budget.
It's very different from the first one. If you were a fan of the first Cloverfield, it's not much like that. In fact, I don't even know why it's called Cloverfield at all. So, that gets us to our final verdict. I'm going to be giving 10 Cloverfield Lane 4 out of 5 flyers. I had a fantastic time with this film. It was a lot of fun, very engaging, and my only real nitpicks with it are, I wish that they went into more detail of some of the characters. I would have liked some more build up to the ending, because while I thought it was good, others might not agree with me. As for Angry Heads, I'm just going to give it the half an angry head for the simple fact that it's a very slow burn in points and sometimes a little too slow, and just it's lacking some information. But overall, I think it tells you what it needs to tell you, it does what it needs to do, and it does it pretty well.
I'm going to have to give this 4 out of 5 flyers as well, just as Alex did. Obviously, like I said, for a low-budget film, this was amazing. It keeps you on the edge of your seat, it's thrilling, it's one of the greatest movies I've seen this year so far. But I'm going to have to give it 1 angry head, and that's mainly for the backstory, how they didn't exactly explain the history of certain characters, and they kind of expected you to know already, which obviously the viewers don't. So that was our review for 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I'm Alex Hirsch.
And I'm Harrison Lee.
And everyone, don't ask what's in the box.